Superside
Tutorial.
Hello, let's talk about how to identify generative AI enhanced video and motion opportunities. So, first of all of this it's currently valuable as right now, August 2024. It's probable that in the next month, the next week, tomorrow, or in the next hour, somebody will drop a new feature and all of this will become irrelevant. So, that's that. So our first rule of thumb for this is always in front of a challenge, try first, say yes or no later. Because, a feature could have dropped 12 seconds ago and you just didn't know. So from there on, we have two more rules of thumb that are generally true. First, visually complex and real things tend to work way better than simple things. That may lead to two factors. The first one, visually complex things have more visual information and they allow the eye to distract from the AI weirdness. That doesn't happen on super simple graphics, and also because of the data that went into these models to be trained. There is way more real film data to train these models than actual stylized cartoons and so on. And the second rule of thumb is that if we can manage to get an image of something, if you can craft the image, most probably we can get 3 to 5 seconds of decent video out of it. And that's not to be taken lightly. It's also necessary to understand that generative AI tools are not producing whole final solutions. They are asset machines. They are generating components that when we are curating and assembling into final solutions. So with that, let's quickly recap what we can do with generative AI. We can write scripts faster, we can create high fidelity storyboards, and we say high fidelity because remember, if we can get an image, we probably can get video out of it. We can create stylized graphics and visual elements, even to chroma key and compose into our films. We can create custom music, even with lyrics. Amazing. We can create voiceover, both from text to speech, which tends to have a little weird delivery, and also speech to speech, so you can mask a voice with a very natural delivery. And finally, we can now upscale video to 4K, 8K, and up to 120 FPS, allowing us to reframe, to edit, and then to play with the time remap to get slow motion and to get motion with intention and rhythm. But remember, since all of these are just assets, it's our creative direction and or eye or curating skill or to storytelling skills that finally assembles all of this into a valuable solution and brings these films to life. We have been all promoted to film directors and editors without the pay raise or assistants and in our pajamas in our homes, most probably. Our primary job is to hold the main creating vision of the project, provide clear direction and instructions, and then assemble all of the outputs that we get into a meaningful story. So, what can we do right now with video generating tools? First, we basically have a custom B-roll production machine. Second, we can also create very organic and cool looking morph between frames, even producing intricate camera movement. Like if we have a laptop in a shot and then the same laptop in the other shot but backwards, it tends to recognize that it's the same laptop and make the turnaround. We can stylize very deliberate and high quality flat animation into some more organic materials, practically saving what would be 3D render time or wouldn't be 3D render at all. And of course, as we already said, we can upscale 720p videos to 4K, 8K to 120 FPS and have a lot of editing freedom for compositing. So, as a contrast, what doesn't go well with AI generated video right now? Well, lip sync still feels very off, and AI generated avatars tend to be very still on their delivery and then tend to feel very off and robotic. Also, very clean, minimalist design doesn't go that well with generative AI motions, again, because there's not enough visual information to distract the eye, and also because of the data that has gone into training these models. And, of course, super deliberate controlled character 3D animation like Pixar, DreamWorks, and so on, it's still a problem to solve. We have made some advancement in that with keyframing, but it's something that we think it's better to reframe all of the time that was saving the rest of the project into doing that if it's needed. So, knowing this, what projects are good candidates for AI video? Well, any client project that previously found an emotion project too expensive, and it's willing to explore beyond minimalist motion graphics into more visually maximalist aesthetics, real footage, and so on. Anything that could be made with stock footage now can be made in a way more deliberated and custom way with generative AI video, and of course that doesn't require people talking to camera. That's still a thing. And surprisingly, you know these advertising pieces where you have like a photo that is the main piece of the advertise? Those can come to life nicely with a little bit of generative AI. And what right now seems to be a dream project for generative AI is when we can take any narrative and go into a very stylized direction that couldn't be done before because it was cost prohibitive. We have successfully emulated things like stop motion aesthetics, 3D and mixed media aesthetics, puppets, stock footage with very custom light schemes across all the film, and so on and so on. So as a final note, I would like to remind why minimalist motion video became a trend. It was because first and foremost, it was cheaper and faster than everything else. So the good news is that now that everything that is maximalist and has a lot of detail and a lot of information is cheaper and faster than a lot of very minimalist motion design, this is gonna become a trend again. So we can create stop motion without breaking the bank, clay animation without breaking the bank, papercraft animation without breaking the bank. Welcome, probably back to the maximalist era, where process is perceived as cheap and purposeful meaning has raised again to be king. So let's propose to our clients some new and exciting and sometimes very weird little films. Good riddance and good luck.